A very good morning, dear students. Hope audible, right? Okay. So before going to this today's session, we will have a recap what we discussed in the last week, right? Okay. So in the last week we started the fifth unit. So fifth unit talks about the index number, and we discussed about the basic concept of what is index number. Okay, I told you, right? So index number, in simple terms, if you want to say what is index number, it is like a comparison. Okay, comparison of the commodities, variables, okay, with different time period, okay, different geographical location. Okay, so usually we discussed about what do you mean by index number and how it is important, right? So through the index number it is easy for the government to deal with the economic policy, to know the recent trends and regulations, and they can take important decisions also. And through the index number also we can come to know about the value of money, purchasing power, lifestyle of the people, all those things, right? And then we discussed about the different types of index number. There are three types of index numbers. Are there? One is price, another one is quantity, another one is value. So whenever we are working on the problems, so your problems, the data, okay, is related to price, quantity, and then value, right? That is the three types of index number. And then we discussed about what is the significance of those index number, and also we discussed how to construct, what is the procedure that you have to follow for construction of a index number, right? So first you have to give the what is the characteristics of your data, what is the purpose of your data, okay, and you have to mention the you have to select the proper unit for the price means rupees, quantity means in kg or a ton or liter or quantity, whatever it is depend upon the commodity. And then we need to we need to take a simple average for that. Okay, we need to take a geometric mean, and also we need to apply the appropriate method as well as the formula to calculate the index number. This is what the construction of index number. I told you, right? This is very important in the 5 marks. So this is what I told you. And you need to remember that for price, we need to use a term called P, and then for quantity it is Q, and for value it is V. And I told you, right, you will be calculating the index number based on the base year and then current year. So for base year, you need to denote it as a 0, and for the current year, you need to denote it as 1. Okay, so these are the various things that we discussed in the previous session. I hope you are clear, right? Any other doubts in the index number? If you have any doubts, please put your queries in the chat box. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next method. Any doubts? Clear about what is index number? What are the different methods? Are the different types of the for what purpose index numbers are used, right? Any other clarification regarding the theory concept? Is it clear about the index number? And then last classes we started working on the problem, right? So under methods of index number, okay, there are different methods other to construct the index number. Okay, the first method is a simple index method or unweighted index method, and the second one is weighted index method. These are the two methods. Are one is the first one is simple index method, and the second one is weighted index method. Okay, in simple index method, you have two more methods like simple aggregate method or simple average of price relative method. This is two methods are there under simple index method. And then under weightage also, under weighted index method also, you have a weighted aggregated method and then weighted average of price relative method. Okay, so under each method, there are two more methods are there. Okay, so we will be working out the problem one by one. Okay, in the last classes, we worked out the problems under simple method. In that, we worked out simple aggregate method. So this is a formula, right? This is a formula P01 equal to summation of P1 divided by summation of P0 into 100. So P1 is the price value for the current year. P1, because we are mentioning one, right? One is for what? Current year. P is price. So P1 is a price for the current year. P0 is price for the base year. So when your problems is given, definitely in that there will be a two values will be given for each commodities. Okay, for example, take commodities A, B, C, D, or item A, B, C, D, or item rice, wheat, sugar, like that. So what is the base price for the base year P0? Value will be given for each item. And for the current year, the price for the current year for each item will be given P1. So as per this simple aggregate method, what we have to do, we have to add all the price of the base year and all the price of the current year, find out the summation for both base year and current year, just divide it and then multiply with 100. You will get the answer. Okay, price index value, you will get it. This is simple aggregate method, please understand. This is what we discussed in the next previous class, right? We worked out the problem under this. Suppose instead of price, if they're given a quantity, you have to mention as a Q1, Q0. Q1 is a quantity for the current year. Q0 is the quantity for the base year, right? Is it right? And this is a problem we worked out, right? See, in this problem, we asked to solve the find out the index number for the current year like 11, 12, 13 with the base year 2001. So we added all the 2001 value. We got summation P0. And this is also summation P1. This is also summation P2. This is also summation P3. So we calculated the base price index number for 2011, 2012, 2013 by keeping 2001 as a base year. Okay, so this is simple aggregate method. Any doubts in the simple aggregate method? This is also for 2014, we calculated P1. And for 2011, we have to calculate P0, summation P0. We divided both and we multiply into 100, you will get the value. Okay, so any doubts on the simple aggregate? If you have any doubt, please ask me. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next second method under simple index method. Any doubts? Guys, please kindly reply. Am I audible, right? No one is replying. I don't know whether you're listening or not. Clear? Okay, fine. Yes. Okay, so now today we will be discussing about the second method, okay, under simple index method. Okay, first method is simple aggregate method. Now the second method under simple index method is simple average of price relative method. So please take down this formula. I'll maximize this. Yeah. So the first method is simple aggregate method. That is coming under simple index method. So here what you have to do is, see, in the previous method, you added all the price value. You got the summation of total price value for base year and then current year. You divided both and then you multiplied with 100, you got the price index value, right? Now in the second method, simple average of price relative method, here what you have to do is, you have to find out the price value, the price relative value for each commodities. For example, in the previous problem, rice, wheat, sugar, dal, ghee is the given. And we added all the price value for the base year, we got summation P0. And all the price value for the current year, we got summation P1. So summation P1 divided by summation P0 into 100, we got the value. Now what here, in the second method, what you have to do is, for each commodity, for example, for rice, they will be given a price for base year, price for current year, right? You have to open another column called price relative. So for that, you have to find out the P01 value for each commodities. What is a P01? That means what is the price index value for rice, price index value for wheat. It's like that you have to find out the P value, price relative value for each commodities. Whereas in the previous method, we added all the price value and we got the summation. We sum up all the price value of the base year and currently we divided for all the commodity. Here, the difference is you have to find out the price relative for each commodity separately. And you will get one P value, right? For that P value, find out the log of that particular value, find out. Add all the P value and then divide by N, you will get price relative value. And then price index number, it is on simple average. I told you, right? When you're finding out the average for the index number, okay, in the construction, in the procedure, we discussed that when you are calculating the average for the price index number, you have to do two types of average. One is simple average, and the one is Charman technique. So you have to use this two formula. Okay. Copy. Did you copy the formula? If you copy, tell me. We will move on to the problem now. See, right, first method is simple index method. Under that, there are two methods. So the one is simple aggregate method. Second one is simple average of price relative method. Okay, simple aggregate means we have to calculate the price index for the total summation of the price for both base and current year. Here in simple average method, we have to calculate the price index for each commodity separately. We don't need to find out summation. Each commodities, we have to find out the price value separately. So for that, the price index value is current year price divided by base year price into 100. That is usual formula. And then you have to find out two average here. One is simple average, P01 equal to summation P by N, and P0 equal to anti-log of summation log P by N. So anti-log, if you are using a scientific calculator, you people can try finding out the anti-log. Those are using a scientific calculator. Or some calculators also, they may have copied. Okay, fine. Okay, now I will move on to the problem. Yes. This is the two problems we are going to work out now under simple average of price relative method. So here they're asking you to calculate the price index number. Okay, for the year 2014, that is the current year, by having 2013 as a base year. So price in 2013 is a P0. Price in 2014 will be P1. See, since here they mentioned, okay, the method apply simple aggregate of price relative method, we need to apply this. Suppose if the method is not mentioned, you can follow any one of the method if method is not mentioned. Okay, take down this two problem, we'll work out one by one. Copy both the problem. First copy the first problem and give one page, give space, and then copy the second problem in the next page. It will take only one page because after the problem, we are going to create a one more table with the commodities, base year price, current year price, and then we need a price relative P value, and then we need log P value. And after the summation P, summation log P only we need. So after that, we are going to use the formula and we are going to find out the answer. So one page is enough. Copy the first problem, leave space, and then go to the next page, copy the second problem, leave space. So that once I worked out the problem, you can copy. Copy both the problem because we are going to work out both the problem simultaneously. So those who are copied, you can try this problem also, as I already told you, right? See, the same problem as under to solve under previous method, what we will do, we will add all the price of 2013. We will get summation P0. We will add all the price of 2014, we will get summation P1, divide both into 100, you will get. But here in average of price relative, open a, prepare a table. First column should be commodity A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Second column, price in 2013. In bracket, if you want, you can put base year P0. Third column, price in 2014, current year P1. Next, P, price relative P. What is the formula to calculate price relative P equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100. So in the third column, the fourth column, price relative P equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100. That means you need to divide 120 divided by 100 into 100. You will get one P value. Second, 140 divided by 150 into 100. You will get one P value. 280 divided by 250 into 100. You will get one P value. Like that, you have to find out the P value for each commodity. P value for A, P value for B, C, D, E, F, G commodities. You will get P value, right? Now, next column, the last column is log P. The last column heading will be log P. Now find out log of 120 divided by 100 into 100, you will get 120. Log of 120, you put it in the calculator, you will get one value. Similarly, the next value, log of that particular value, log of the particular value for C commodity. Like that, you can put the log P value for each commodity A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now you prepare the table, right? Now you can calculate summation P and then summation log P. Summation P, summation log P. Then you know what is the formula. Okay. I copied both the problems. Okay, fine. So everyone, I think everyone copied the problem, right? Okay. Now I will stop sharing the PowerPoint. I will share my Word document. Okay. I think you can view the Word document, right? Yes. So this is a first method we worked out, right? Simple aggregates. See, we added all the value and we divided with base here and we got the value here, right? And similarly, the second problem also. Okay. Now we are going to work out the second method, which is called simple average of price relative method. Right? I think this is very clear. Now see, already I entered the data in the table. Okay. Now see, I just create a table like this. This is the problem, right? Now I told you to create a table like this. Create one more column as a price relative P value, log P value. Okay. Now P1 by P0 into 100, right? So 120 divided by 100 into 100 equal to how much? We'll get 120. Okay. And similarly, next one, you people can tell me 140 divided by 150 into 100. What is the value you're getting? Please, if you get the value, please kindly let me know. 93.
It is 93.33.
93.33. Okay. Next should be 280 divided by 250 into 100. It will be 112.
112.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Now next 140 divided by 125 into 100, which will be equal to again 112. What is the value? Okay, 112 only. 112. Okay, now next one should be 188 divided by 170 into 100, which is equal to 110.5. Okay, good. Now next one should be 23 divided by 25 into 100 equal to how much? 92. Okay, very good, Kishore. And the next one will be 100 divided by 75 into 100, which is equal to 133.3. Okay. And the next one is 6 divided by 3 into 100, which is equal to 200. Okay, fine. Okay, now you got this value, right? Did you understand this? How to calculate the P value? See, in the previous problem, we added all the price of base and current year and we divided both and into multiply into 100 and we got the value. The same thing, we have to do it for each commodity now in the second method. In the previous method, we calculated all together. In the second method, we have to calculate for each commodity separately. That is the only difference. Okay, did you got this point? Did you any confusion in the how to calculate the P value? Clear? If you have any doubts in calculating the P value, please ask me. Any doubt? No reply. Okay, fine. You don't have no doubt, no problem. If you have a doubt, please ask me. Okay, now next we have to find out the log value of 120. You can Find out in the calculator itself. In an ordinary calculator, you will get it. There will be an option called log. Or if you're using a mobile, the mobile you just change the pattern, change the mode, and then find out what is the log 120 value. 2.079. 2.079. Okay. Log 93.33. Log 93.1.969. Okay, no problem. 1.969970, no issue. Log 112. 2.049. Okay, same. I will copy this. Okay. Now log 110.5. 2.043. Okay. Log 92. Log 92. 1.963. Okay. Log 133.33. 2.124. Okay. Log 200. Log 200. 2.301. Okay. Okay, good. Now we got the value, right? So we got the p value. P value should be calculated for each commodity. Here the commodity names are A, B, C, D, E. Sometimes it may be like rice, wheat, dal, ghee, oil, kerosene, whatever it is. So in the simple average of price relative method, first we have to calculate the P value for each commodity. And for the respective P value, calculate the log value. Log of what is the P value? Okay, now we need to add this because we need summation P, summation log P as per the formula. For simple average, we need to calculate summation P. For geometric mean, we need to calculate summation log P. That's why we are calculating the summation. Okay, what is the summation P now? Can anyone? 200 plus 133.3. 333.3 plus 420. 973.13. Okay, Arvind. Now, what is the log P value? Summation of log P. Add all the log P value. 2.301 plus 2.124 plus 1.963 plus 2.043 plus 2.049 plus 2.049 plus 1.969 and 2.079. What is the log P value you are getting? Summation log P value 16.57. Okay, good. Now we got this both the value, right? This is the value we need to substitute in our formula, right? So after calculating summation P and summation log P, now we know what is the formula to calculate the price index. Okay, by using simple average. I told you when you are calculating the simple average for the price index number, you should use two average. One is simple average, another one is geometric mean. So simple average formula, this is a simple average formula, right? So P01 equal to summation P by N. So what is summation P? 973.13 divided by what is N here? What is N here, anyone? What is N? Hey guys, what is N here? How many number of, yeah, very good, Abhinav. Yeah, yes, good. So it should be 8. Number of items, commodities are 8. Okay, now tell me what is the P01 value? Summation P01 value? 973.13 by 8. 973.13 by 8. 121.64. So this is the price index value. Okay. of the given commodities by using simple average, right? Clear now? Now the next one is what? We have to find out the price index value for average geometric mean. So this is a formula, right? So P01 equal to anti-log of what is a summation log P value? Summation log P value 16.577, right? 16.577 divided by 8. Now find out what is the 16.577 divided by 8 value. 16.57 divided by 8 value. Two point 2.072. Okay. Now tell me what is the anti-log of 2. So in the scientific calculator, there will be the you have to put shift and then you have to press that anti and then log. You can see if those having a scientific calculator, they can find out the first or second row itself. There will be the shift and then the log. Yes, anti-log. So anti-log of 2.07 will be 118.066. Yes. So this is the answer. So we got the price index value. Okay, the price index number for the given commodities by using simple average method. Okay, so in that simple average, by using simple average, the price index number is 121.64. Okay, that is rupees 121.64, and the price index value by using geometric mean is rupees 118.066. Okay, so this is a way how to solve your problem. I think you are clear, right? This is clear, right? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I will I will show the problem once again so that you can copy the problem. So this is a problem which is given, right? So after this, we have to create two more columns. One column should be the p value, the other column should be the log p value. See, like that, please note down P0, P1 so that it will be easy to understand. Otherwise, when you are without writing that, and if you are seeing the note, and you will have a doubt that's why SAR is divided 120 by 100 into 100. 140 divided by 150 into 100. Why not 100 divided by 120? You may have a doubt. If you write like this, which is P0, which is P1, as per the formula, always the current year value should be divided by the base year value and should be multiplied into 100. That is the procedure to calculate the index number. So once if you copy it, tell me, we will move on to the next problem. I hope the next problem is also very simple. You can do it in the same manner and you can tell me the answer. Once if you copy it, tell me. Is it clear? Any doubts, guys? See, if you have any doubt, please ask me. Don't simply sit. Don't get confused also. Okay, in simple, see, I will tell you, in simple index method, there are two methods are there. One is simple aggregate method. Second one is simple average of price relative method. Right? In simple aggregate method, you need to add all the price value for the base year, current year together. Add all the price value of the base year. Add all the price value for the current year. Divide into 100. You will get answer. That is very, very simple. This is under simple aggregate method. Second method is simple average of price relative method, what we worked out now. In this, you have to calculate the price relative value, P value, for each commodity separately. Don't need to add all the price value of the base year, current year together and do it. That is simple aggregate. Under simple average of price relative, you have to find out the P value for each commodities. After calculating the P value, for the respective P value, calculate log value. After finding the P value for each commodities, log value for each commodity, add all the P value to get summation P. Add all the log P value to get summation log P. and then you substitute in the formula and get the answer. Right? Is it clear? And did you copy this table? Shall I move on to the calculation part?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
So
Sneha, tell
can
me.
we stop in anti-log 2.0472, or should we do the other step also?
You should still do this other step. That is the final answer, right?
Sir, then we should go for scientific calculator only, sir.
Yes, that's why in the scientific calculator there are some version is there like 980 ms something FX 980 ms. Those scientific calculator they will allow.
Okay, sir.
That's why you have to take that kind of version calculator.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Harish has told FX 82 ms. Okay. Some 90, 980, 931 like that. Different versions are there because in some version what they will do, no, even you can copy some formulas from the calculator itself. And in the calculator cover page, you will have some formulas also. That's why they will not allow that calculator. So you can take ordinary calculator. In the scientific calculator, only few version. Aris has told that FX 82 ms. Okay, few version of the calculator they will allow. Okay, did you copy this first problem? Any doubts in the first problem? Shall I proceed to the next problem? See, if you say yes or no, only then can I go for the next step. Otherwise, it will taking a time for me. I need to wait for your reply. I don't know whether you copied or not, whether you are listening or not. Then at the end, don't ask me, I didn't understood. Okay, fine. Because I can able to know your understanding ability by seeing your assignment. I told many times, I told you to take your 10th and 12th mark as an individual series, but there are few students, they taken as a 10th mark as a separate, 12th mark as a separate. They did two mean for two mean, two median, two range, two quarterly like that. Okay, so please understand what I'm saying. Now I'll move on to the next problem. Yes, this is the second problem, right? I told you to copy the problem already. Yes. Now this is very simple because we have only 5 commodities. Okay. Again, you have to do the same procedure. So I wrote the commodities, the base year price value 2011 P0, current year price value 2014 P1, and we have to calculate the price relative P value, log P value. Now I did it wrong. 75 divided by 50 into 100. What is the value? If anyone has worked out, can please unmute and tell me one by one so that I can enter the value quickly. If anyone did this problem.
Sir, the first one, it is 150.
150. Okay. Second one will be the 100, right? Okay. And then the third one will be the 100. Sorry, will be 12. 12. And then the fifth 18 divided by 15 into 100 will be.
It is 120, sir.
120. Okay, good. Now and then the 35 divided by 25 into 100 will be
140.
140. Okay, good. Now add all the p value 250 to
It is
382.
522, sir.
522. 520. Okay. Now what is the log 150 value and the log 100 value?
2.176.
Just a minute. 2.176. Okay. And log 100 value?
2, sir.
Log 12 value? 1.07. Okay. Log 120? value
2.079.
079 and log 140 value 2.146. Okay, fine. Now you add all the log p value, 2.176 plus 2 plus 1.07, 9.48. Okay, Kishore, very good. Okay, so we got the summation p and summation log p value. Now we are going to substitute in the formula, right? So this is a first formula, right? Simple average. How to calculate the price related by using a simple average. So 522 divided by, what is n here? What is n? Very good, 5. Good. So now okay. So P01 value will be 104.4. Yes, right. Okay, now the next one is, this is next one, how to calculate the price index by geometric mean method. I will copy this. So summation log p is a 9.48 divided by 5. So what is the anti-log of 9.48 divided by 5? What is the 9.48 divided by 5? 1.896. Okay, 1.896. Okay, now tell me what is the anti-log of 1.896? So 1.896 is the final value, or final value 78.704. Okay. Yes. So we complete the second column also. Okay, now did you understood simple aggregate method and simple average of price relative method? The first method, you have to calculate the total value, okay, for base and current year. Second method is you have to calculate the P value, the value for each commodity separately. That's it. That is the only difference. Okay, clear now? Please copy this problem. So once if you are done,
Scroll top.
just a minute, I will do that. Okay, now is it fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with that, simple index method is over now. I told you, right, there are two methods for constructing index number. One is simple index number, which is also called unweighted index method. Second one is we have weighted index method. In simple index method only, we have discussed two methods: simple aggregate, simple average. Same method we are going to discuss for the weighted. Okay, that is the second method. So if you want, if you copy, tell me, we'll move on to the next method. So with this, simple index method problem is over. If you have any doubts, please ask me, because we are moving to the next method. Under weighted index method, we have two methods. One is weighted aggregate, and then the weighted average of price relative. In the weighted aggregate itself, we have three methods: Lipschitz, Fischer, and Paasche methods are there. Okay, and then the weighted average method, only the one method is there. After that, there is a last method, a consumer price index. So with that, your fifth unit will be over. Then the entire chapter is over. Copy it. Shall I go down? Shall I scroll down? So this is the final value. Price index value by using simple average, price index value by using geometric mean. Copy it. So copy, tell me, I will stop sharing this Word document. Okay, fine. Because now I am going to the next method. Yes. So weighted index method. I will stop sharing this. I will share the PPT now. Okay. So this is the two problem we worked out, right? Okay. So next, take down the homework problem. I have given a homework problem under aggregate method as well as under price relative method. Please take down this problem. Once if you have copied, tell me. Okay, done. See, whatever the problems that we are working in the class and what are the homework problem I'm giving, what are the theory concept, all these PPT study materials are there in LMS for all the 5 units. At the end of each unit, for example, first unit ends at 10th lecture or 8th lecture means C, the final lecture. In that business statistics unit 1, introduction to probability, theory and problem. And suppose second unit ends at lecture 18 or lecture 20 means in that lecture. So at the end of each unit, don't see each lecture. Okay, at the end of the each unit, for example, first unit takes 10 lectures means in the 10th lecture, first unit content will be there. Already you know, already you are accessed the LMS and you have downloaded the materials also. Similarly, for the remaining, I think first, second, fourth unit is already there. And the third and the 5th unit also already I uploaded. So you can go through everything. All the problems, theories are there. Okay. So I think you are copied, right? So you can work out this two problems. Okay. Okay. Now I will move to the next method. Yes. So next method is, as already told you, weighted index method. Second method is weighted index method. So in weighted index method, we are going to deal with the quantity along with the price. Here in the previous one, simple method, they gave only the price, right? They gave only the price. But here in the second method, they will give both the price and then quantity. Not only we can able to calculate the weightage. So they will give the price for base year and current year. They will give the quantity for base year and current year. Okay, so this is the things in the weighted index number. Okay, the procedures are same. Only the thing is the formula will differ according to different method. Okay, now here see a weighted aggregate method. Under weighted index method, there are two methods that I already told you. Weighted aggregate method. This is similar to simple aggregate method only, where there we had deal with the price. Here we are going to deal with the quantity as well as with the price. That is the only difference. In the simple aggregate method, we deal with the price. In weighted index method, we are going to deal with the price and then quantity. So under weighted aggregate method, we have three methods: Lipschitz method, Paasche method, Fisher method. Lipschitz method, Paasche method, Fisher methods. So Lipschitz method, we will be calculating the price index based on the quantity and the price of the given commodity. Okay, take down this formula for Lipschitz. Now note down weighted index method. Second method is weighted index method. Under the second weighted index method, the first method is weighted aggregate method. Under the weighted aggregate method, the first method is Lipschitz method. Write down the formula. Lipschitz index P01 equal to summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 into Q0 into 100. Right? In previously, we worked out only the summation of price for current year with the base year. Now, summation of product of both the price and quantity. Once if you copy this formula, tell me. And similarly, the second one is Paasche method. Only the thing is the formula will differ. You people will get little confused. Don't worry. Remember that common formula: summation P1 divided by summation P0. So in Lapsis method, you multiply Q0. That means base year. Quantity for base year, multiply numerator denominator. You'll get Lapsis formula. Okay. I copy the formula alone. Theory parts are there in the LMS. Now the second method is Pastis method. See, Pastis method, keep simple average, simple aggregate method formula as a common summation P1 by P0. Multiply quantity of the base year, sorry, current year, Q1 by Q1, both denominator and numerator. In the Lapsis formula, multiply quantity of the base year, numerator and denominator. In the Pastis formula, multiply numerator denominator with the quantity of current year. That's it. Simple. Now the combination of both is the Fisher method. If you see the formula, you can able to understand. Multiplying both Lapsis and Pastis method and then into 100. But the thing is, you need to take a square root. That's all. That is the only difference in the Lapsis method, in the Fisher method. Copy it. Just copy the formula under each method, guys. I'm going to write the theory part. You remember in this way, I told you, right? The base formula is summation P1 by P0. That's it. Summation P1 by P0. Okay, in the weighted average method, previous slide. In the weighted average method, Lapsis formula, you have to multiply the quantity of the base year in numerator and denominator. That means Q0 by Q0. That's it. In the Pastis method, multiply the quantity of the current year in numerator and denominator, Q1 by Q1. That's it. Combination of both Lapsis and Pastis is the Fisher. Simple. Don't get confused after seeing the formulas. Very, very simple. For all the formula, base is summation P1 by P0. Summation P0. If you multiply the numerator denominator with Q0, it is Lapsis formula, Lapsis method. If you multiply the numerator denominator by Q1, it is called the Pastis method. And multiplying both Lapsis and Pastis method and taking the square root and into 100, that is Fisher method. Next slide. Okay. Okay, now we will work out the problem because it's getting time. We need to solve at least any one or two methods. Once if you copy, tell me, because in the Fisher method itself, you can do the problem with time reversal factor, okay, time reversal index and price factor reversal index. You copied all these three formula, right? Under weighted aggregate method, weighted index method, there is a first method, weighted aggregate method. Under weighted aggregate method, we have three methods are the one is Lapsis, Pastis, and Fisher method. Okay. Now I will directly go on to the problem slide because we have under Fisher results, we have two things. One is time reversal test, factor reversal test. I will show you that later. Okay. Now this is the first formula. Sorry, first problem. Take down this first problem. See, this is a problem. They're asking you to work under water. Lapsis method. Okay. So copy this problem. Now tell me which is P0, P0, which is P1, which is Q0, which is Q1. You guys have to tell. It's very clearly given. They are given the four commodity A, B, C, D. Okay. If the problem deals only with the price, you can say that, sir, this is coming under simple index method. No doubt. If the problem is you're getting a problem along with the price and then quantity for both base year, current year, that means you have to use weighted aggregate method. If they are mentioned method name, you can mention that you can follow the same method. Otherwise, you can follow any one other method. Okay. Okay. Tell me what is which is Q1, Q0, P1, P0. Tell me. After copying this problem, you tell me which is Q0, Q1, P0, P1. Q is for quantity, P is for price, that you know. But you need to differentiate which is Q0, which is Q1, which is P0, which is P1. You people tell me. If you tell, then only I will go for the problem. Or shall I ask anyone? I'll go with that. Then they will go out of the class if I ask, because they will not reply. Yes, Nega, base here is no. Base here is 0 is the base here. Base here P0 means what? For what that is? P0 is for what? Price or current is P1, Q1, okay. P0 is for what? I'm asking what is P0? Ah, very good. P0 is a price for which year? P0 is a price for? Yes, very good, Abhinav. Very good, Abhinav. Abhinav has given the clear answer. So P0 is a base price for the base year. Very good. Q0 is the quantity for the base year. Very good. P1 is the price for the current year. Q1 is the quantity for the current year. Very good. Now, if you understood this concept, it is very, very simple. Because you know the formula. We need what? P1 into Q0. And then P0 into Q0 we need. Multiply and find out the summation divided into 100. You will get the answer. Simple. Okay. Now I'll stop sharing this. I'll go to the Word document. Yes. I think you had copied the problem. And this is a problem you copied, right? Okay. Now this is a formula we need. P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into 100. So we need a P1 Q0, multiplication of both P1 Q0, multiplication of P0 into Q0 we need. So now I just created the table like this. See in this table, some people may get confused. See, the price for the base year will be P0. Because already I told you, we will mention P as a term for price, 0 for the base year, and Q for quantity. So this is Q0. And this is current year, right? So this is P1. And this is quantity for the current year. So it is Q1. So now I just taken those value and written here in the proper order. Price in the base year P0 equal to 2. Quantity in the base year Q0 20. Like that I had written for each commodity separately. Now it is very simple. Now the calculation part is we need to calculate a P1 Q0. Tell me what is P1 Q0? P1 Q0 is a 5 into 20. So 100. Yes. Next. P1 Q0. 6 into 8. 48. 10 into 10. 100. And 3 into 5. 15. We got the P1 Q0 value. And the P0 Q0 value we have to find. That means this two value. These two values. So 2 into 20. 40. 4 into 6. 24. 5 into 10. 50. 1 into 5. 5. Now we have to add. Find out the summation of P1 Q0. Anyone? 263. 263 or 236?
263 only, sir.
Okay. What is the summation of P0 Q0? 109. 119. Okay, that's it. Simple. Now the work is clear. So it's very, very simple. Now we know the formula, right? What is the formula? P01 equal to summation of P1 Q0 divided by summation of P0 into Q0 into 100. So we just substitute. So summation P1 Q0 is 263 divided by 1119 into 100. What is the value you're getting? 263 divided by 1119. 263 divided by 1119. No, you tell me that answer alone. 1.983. Okay, into 100. Now, what is the final answer? 198.31. Okay, that's it. So this is the price index now value.
Sir, 263 divided by 119 is 2.21. It is 2.2100. Ma!
So 210, 221 point is okay. 0. Okay, no issue, no issue. Okay, so this is a price index a number, the value for the given problem by using last case method. Okay, now go to the second method. You can take this problem, but I have a separate problem also. Even you can take this problem also to calculate the price index value by using past method. Past method, what we need P1 into Q1. So multiply this P1 into Q1, and then the denominator P0 into Q1. P0 this into this. If you multiply, you will get P1 into Q1. Next column P1 into P0 into Q1 you will get. Summation, find the summation, divided and then multiplied, and you will get the value by using past method. Simple. The procedure is same. Copy this problem. So you can try the next problems also. I will show you the next problem under past method. If you have any doubts, is it clear? Guys, if you have any doubts, please ask me, because there are few people you maybe get confused with the formula. Because of that, you will not listen the class also. Okay, because that may affected your interest. Please listen. If you have a doubt, unmute and ask me. If you are not asking only, that is a problem for me. Okay, copy it. Shall I move on to the next problem? I will show the next problem. You can try. So I think you have copied this problem. Now the second problem is C. Second problem is, this is a problem. You have to calculate the price index number by using past method. Right. Now see, same, they are given the 5 commodities, they are given the price value and then quantity. 2009, 2012. They didn't mention the word base year current year. Don't expect that every problem they will mention the term base year current year. Sometimes they may mention, sometimes they will do year. You need to understand. See, 2012 is the current year, 2009 is the base year. Okay, the latest year will be the current year, the previous year will be the base year. Like that, you need to assume. You have to consider that. Okay, now see the price. This is base year. 2009 is base year. It's previous year. 2009 price for the base year will be denoted by P1. Sorry, P0. And the price for the current year will be P1. Quantity for the base year will be Q0. And the quantity for the current year will be Q1. Now you got this, right? So see the formula. Summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q1 into 100. I told you, right? The base is same. Summation P1 divided by summation P0 is the same. When you are multiplying the numerator denominator with Q0, that is Laplace method. If you multiply denominator numerator with Q1, it is called Laplace method. Now clear? Now see. So I made the table like this. Now we need what? P1 Q1. As per the formula, we need P1 Q1. Next formula, we need P0 Q1. So P1 Q1. P1 Q1. 110 into 28. What is 110 into 28? Anyone? 110 into 28. 3080. And 18 into 6. 108. 3 into 19. 57. 2 into 53. Not 6. 4 into 18. 72. Okay, we got it. Now P0 Q1, that means P0, this and then this. See, in the previous problem, we multiplied this value, this 2 value, and then this 2 value. Now it is changing. We are multiplying this 2 value and we are multiplying this P0 and Q1. So please note down 100 into 28, 2800. 16 into 6, 96. 20 into 360. 50 into 200. 5 into 72. 360, yeah. Now is it fine? Is it correct? Any mistakes? Okay, 90, sorry. I multiplied with 72. Okay. Now tell me what is the summation P1 Q1 value? 3080 plus 108 plus 57 plus 106 plus 72. Yeah, make it fast because it's already time up. I will take some 2 to 3 minutes. 3,000, 6,643. Okay. Now the next summation P0 Q1. Three one four six. Okay, 3146. Now we are going to substitute the formula. Okay, so you know the formula. This is the formula, right? So summation P1 Q1 is 3643 divided by 3146 into 100. What is the value you're getting? Now tell me what 3643 divided by 3146 value. 3643 divided by 3146. What is the value? That value into 100.
Sir, it is 1.157.
1.157. Okay. Now if you multiply with 100, you will get 115.7. This is the answer. Done. So Lipschitz and Pasch's methods are over. Okay, the procedure is very simple, guys. Okay, please take down this problem, copy the problem, second problem under Pasch's method. So with this, we will stop. So Fisher's method, and in the Fisher method itself, we have two things. One is how to calculate the Fisher index number based on time reversal test and the factor reversal test. Okay, once if it is done, the weighted aggregate method is over. Then we need to solve weighted average method. Only one problem is that. So with that, weighted index method will be over. So simple weighted index will be over. Only the last one is consumer price index number. So P1 Q1 is 3,423. 3,000. Okay, then it will change. Value will change. Please tell me 3,423 divided by 3146.
So it is 1.088.
1.088. Therefore, you will get 108.8. Okay, fine. So if you are understood, no problem. You can proceed. Okay. So copy it. Shall I wind up the class? So with that, we have completed today. We have completed a simple index method. Under simple index, we have solved the problem under simple aggregate, simple average. Two methods are over. Second method is a weighted index method. In the weighted index method, we are working out a weighted aggregate method. Under that, we have three methods: are the Lipschitz, Pasch's, and Fisher. We have completed Lipschitz and Pasch's method. Only Fisher method is there. Once if you are done, weighted aggregate method is over. Next, second method will be weighted average of price relative method. So with that, weighted index method is also will be over. Copy it. Shall I stop sharing and shall I wind up the class? Because it's 11:20. You need to attend the next class. Okay, Kishore, thank you. So thank you. I hope that everyone had understood how to calculate the price index number by using simple method. Okay, simple aggregate, simple average, as well as weighted index. Okay. So thank you all. I'll end the class now and we will meet you in the next class. Okay. Thank you.